Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.
Radha Kunda ki Jai. Sunday Satsang ki Jai. Radharani ki Jai. Hiraz Dharan ki Jai. So I want to start out this talk by discussing a question someone asked me. They said, can you describe how to attain the Siddhanta? There's two ways to attain the Siddhanta. One by the modern Gaudiya Vaisnava parivars, one by traditional Gaudiya Vaisnava parivars. So we'll attempt to speak on that. So the traditional, the modern, we'll take the modern one first. That's most popular. The modern Gaudiya Sampradaya, I say the modern branch of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. You ask someone there, you ask Gurudev, how do I attain my Siddhanta? How do I attain my spiritual body? And he'll say, you chant Hari Krishna, you just can't keep chanting Hari Krishna, and Krishna's name will reveal. So is that true? It's true. Because Krishna's name is Krishna, has all the power of Krishna. But we look at this statement, it's nice, but there's no tangible way to do bhajan and siddhaya as a sadhana until you attain your siddhaya. And when do you attain your siddhaya? You want to attain by chanting Hare Krishna, you want to attain your siddhaya until you come to the level of Bhava Bhakti. And that's explained as this verse Bhakti Sandarbha. It's explained, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Reverence here. '76. What's 76. So when do you get? So you're chanting Hare Krishna and waiting to get your Siddhanta. When will you get your Siddhanta? You get your Siddhanta when you attain Bhava Bhakti. Not before that. This is explained by Rupa Goswami and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And this verse, the second part of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, first wave, verse 276. It says, Utpana ratya samyam naivarik vignam anupagata Krishna sakshat krito yoga sadhaka parikirtita. And it says that sadhaka who has attained bhava, it says rati, it says utpana ratya means, utpana means has arisen, has manifested, has appeared. Rati means Baba, that sadhaka who Baba has appeared towards Krishna becomes qualified to have darshan of Krishna. Krishna Sakshat Krito Yoga, Yogya Sadhaka Prakirtita. So that's sadhaka, not, we're also sadhakas, we're beginning sadhakas. This is a Bhav sadhaka, he's at the level of Bhav. So you'll see your Siddhanta when you come to Bhav, because in Bhav you have the qualification to have darshan of Krishna. If you have the qualification to see Krishna, Satchidananda Rup, you also see your Satchidananda Rup if you have Bhava Bhakti. But before that, it's impossible. Utpanarati Samya Krishna Sakshat Krito Yoga Sadhaka Parikirtita. This is Rupa Goswami's statement. So we see that people in some modern Gaudiya Vaishnava missions have been chanting Hari Krishna Maha Mantra for 56 years. They don't have any idea. They've been chanting for 56 years. They don't have any idea their Siddhanta at all. And they're not, bad devotees or grihastas or evil grihastas. They're sannyasis, they're gurus, etc. They have no idea about their Siddhanta after 56 years of chanting. And there's a famous devotee in one of the Gaudiya missions named Indradas Ji. So I think everyone will agree with me, he was a great champion of chanting Hare Krishna. Do you agree? He propagated chanting Hare Krishna Kirtan, he chanted so much japa. He chanted so much japa, he spent 24 years in bhajan in Vrindavan chanting Hare Krishna. He didn't realize his Siddhanta. So the greatest exponent in the modern Gaudiya Vaishnava movement, one of the greatest modern exponents of chanting Hare Krishna mantra is Indradas. He didn't attain his Siddhanta by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. But in his own words, he's told many times on Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja that he attained his Siddhanta. How did he attain his Siddhanta? This great champion of the Hare Krishna mantra, sometimes they call it, he has titles on internet, YouTube, Krishna, Emperor of Kirtan, or King of Kirtan, or whatever. There's different titles, so people glorify their idols. But he's a great, it's all great, good. But so he's a great champion of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. He didn't realize or see his spiritual body by chanting Hare Krishna mantra after 24 years of continuously living in Vrindavan. But all the prabhav and all the effect of Brajavas and Thakurji Seva, he did puja every day to Radha Sham, dressed Shyamsundar every day for 24 years. All that didn't add up enough kripa to have realized your Siddhanta. So how do you realize your Siddhanta? As I said on many Vyasa Puja appearance days of Srila Prabhupada, from his own words he told. He said, I was chanting so much, I didn't have any success. And one night I had a dream. Swapna. And in a dream, Prabhupada appeared to me and gave me my Siddhanta. Not by chanting Hare Krishna. So what do we learn from this example? That we learn one thing comes to question, he got from a dream. Is that possible to get Siddhanta from a dream? Is it possible? And then the other thing it's a good point to note here, that he got his Siddhanta in a dream. He didn't get it from Krishna. He didn't get it from Shyamasundar. He didn't get it from Radharani. He got it from the Guru. So Indra is a great champion of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, 24 years from now. His own words from his own mouth, it's on recording everywhere. I realized I attained my Siddhanta in a dream from Srila Prabhupada. So I'm asking you a question. Is it possible to get your Siddhanta in a dream? Yes or no? Any answers?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Dream is also real. Krishna is
Your dreams are real. you think that you're married, that's your biggest dream. You're married, that's your Vara Swapna.
Krishna is powerful. He can. Krishna, Guru is.
Okay, let's consult Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra is Shrutis, and Shrutis are Mukhya Praman. So there's a whole section about dreams in Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra is the original name for Vedanta Sutra, because it's a summary of all the Vedantas in short sutra. Sutra means one or two words. So there's a chapter here. Where's my page mark? I got a page mark here somewhere. There's a chapter here about dreams. Interesting. It's in four. Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra is in 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So part 3 deals with many subjects. One of them is dreams, dream objects. So this is the Vedanta Sutra, which is called Brahma Sutra, by Vyasadeva, and it's commented by Baladev Vidyabhushan, who's the Gaudiya Vaisnava Mahajan, Purvacharya. So, first of all, you can ask the question, who creates the objects we see in dreams? Do we create the objects we see in dreams? No, Govinda said it's our mind. You dream about things you desire, you dream about things you experience, or you put things together. You know, you're riding an airplane. You're riding to India from Switzerland, and you got some in-flight magazine. There's an article about gold. It's all about gold and where the gold banks are in the world and gold reserves, and it's all pictures of gold coins. And then you fall asleep, and you looked out the window and you saw the Swiss Alps. You saw the Swiss Alps, and then you fell asleep and you dreamed that you were walking in a forest. You came to a mountain. There's a mountain of gold. You combined the objects of your visual experience in the conscious world, and we reproduce them in the dream combinations. This Swiss Alps and the gold in the magazine became a golden mountain, Mount Sumeru. But he didn't know that, an ordinary person. So this is how dreams, but dreams are also sanskars. So Vedanta Sutra explains something. So first of all, dreams are real. And what is the source of dreams? Is dreams, are you the creator of dreams? No. Creator of dreams, like someone also said, is a Paramatma. And the dreams, what we see in dreams is real. This is in the Vedanta Sutra 3.2.1. Third part, chapter 2, verse 1. The title of this video is, in case you're wondering, Siddhanta, modern and traditional Gaudiya views. Siddhanta, modern and traditional views. No, traditional Gaudiya views. Modern and traditional Gaudiya views. Darshan. So this is the sloka. Sandhya Shristirahahi says Krishna or Bhagavan creates the objects in dreams because that is stated in the Shrutis. And here's a tika by Baladev Vidyabhushan. Paramatma creates different temporary objects like chariots, etc., which are experienced by the human dreamer in order that the person can enjoy results due to some small karmas. So that's a fact that it's said that oftentimes in dreams we work out our karma. Like people say you're working out our karma. So you're working out your karma in your daydream. In your daydream and also in your night dream. You know, you're working on your I want to say working out, but you're working on karma. You're moving on karma in your dreams and in your wakeful, in your Jagrata and Swapna state, sleeping and waking. It doesn't have, not everybody's working out their karma in dreams, especially for those who are connected with the super soul by bhakti. Oftentimes they have dreams and they don't have to face their karma in their life because they deal with it in their dream. It says a normal jiva cannot create dreams. And then it says, and it's also here in the Shrutis, it says, the jiva attains the power of Satya Sankalpa when he attains liberation. Satya Sankalpa means free will to get whatever you want. Otherwise, until liberation, the jiva has no free will. It's called Sadhya Sankalpa. There's a whole section here, what are the qualities of the liberated soul? So I go on here a little bit. So who produces dreams? The Paramatma produces dreams. Normally a normal person can't produce dreams. So the production company is Paramatma Productions. So you don't like your dream, you curse the Paramatma, you know. But if it's a good night's dream, then you'll reward the Paramatma. You buy him a bunch of sweets and feed it to your Paramatma. So this is a good one. This is Brahma Sutra, Part 3, Chapter 2, Verse 4. Shuchakash cha hi shrutir achakshate cha tadvida. Because dream objects indicate future results, because Shruti describes that dreams are true, and because knowers of the dreams knowers of dreams predict results, dreams are real. Dreams are satya, dreams are true. Things auspicious, dream objects means suchaka. Dream objects means that things that are inauspicious or auspicious or indicating a mantra or the creations in dreams are real. And he cites an example from Chandogya Upanishad. Yada karmasu kameshu striyam swapne vibhasyati samridim tatra janayat tasman swapna nidarshane. If when performing kamya karmas one sees a woman in a dream, he should know that the rites were successful. I discussed this before. There's a type of puja described in Puranas where you worship Kamyakya Devi, who is in Gwalior, Assam. Guwahati, Assam. There's an ancient mandir there. So there's mantras to worship that Devi, and she's Kamyakya means she's fulfiller of dreams, fulfiller of desires. So there's a whole process described in Puranas, all the tapasyas you have to do, all the austerities you have to do, all the mantras you have to chant to get her favor. So people will worship her to get a woman. So that's known, that's from the Upanishads, it's ancient, eternal knowledge. Chandogya Upanishad 5.2.9 describes, when performing kamya karmas, means worshiping this Devi to fulfill your kam means your desire to get a woman, sees a woman in a dream, my dream girl. I saw my dream girl, wow. And then next day you're going to meet her very soon. You should know that your puja was successful. So that means you're seeing the future. That means what they're citing this as an example, that sometimes in the dream you see the future. Omens, called omens in a dream. You see a dream and you see a tiger on a mountaintop. That means and he's coming down, he looks at you, walks by, and then you wake up. That means you're going to be successful and conquer your enemies. There's all kinds of interpretations of all these things. Dream interpretation. In Smriti describes how one can obtain a mantra in a dream. And it cites a Smriti named Ram Kavacha. Adishtavan yata swapne Rama Raksham imam hara tata likitavam prata prabuddha Buddha Koshika. There's a great rishi named Buddha Koshika, woke up in the morning after dreaming. He wrote out a mantra called Rama Raksha that Shiva taught him in a dream. This mantra is in the Ram Kavacha, which is a prayer to Ram. Kavacha means protection. Like we have in the 6th canto of Bhagavatam, we have a mantra called Narayan Kavacha. The whole process, you do niyas on different parts of your body, chant mantras and do niyas, and chant this mantra called Narayan Kavacha in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is Ram Kavacha. So you got a mantra in a dream. So that's the Shrutis and Smritis prove that the dreams often predict future events truthfully and often reveal mantras or medicines. So the conclusion is that objects seen in a dream are real like objects in a waking state. If what you see in a dream is illusion, then your wife is also illusion. When you wake up, you have to say, everything in a dream is illusion. Well, that's daydream and night dream. So what's all that relationship all about? So this gives us some Shruti Praman that objects in the dream are real and produced by the Lord. So this gives us, so Aindra's example is that he had a dream and Prabhupada appeared to him in a dream and gave him a Siddhanta. We can accept that. We can accept that because he told it several times. He told it personally to me also. He told it on the Vyasathan several years. So everyone in the world knows it, I bet it must be by now, that he got his Siddhanta in a dream. So, dream on. Chant Hare Krishna and keep dreaming. That's a conclusion for the moderate Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What is your bhajan? Our bhajan is chanting Hare Krishna and dreaming.
No, we can keep title. Chant Hare Krishna and keep dreaming.
No, it should be more exact. What I said is correct. That's a cute saying, but doesn't indicate the content of the audio. You know, that's a catchy tune, a good sales tune, good sales title. But it's not, it's a lie like most sales titles. You know. The truth is, the title is Spiritual Body, Traditional and Gaudiya View, traditional, modern and traditional views. So that's what you have working for you if you're in a modern Gaudiya Vaishnava movement. You have dreams and Hare Krishna mantra. If people are chanting 56 years, so you're chanting 35 years, 38 years, 26. So after 56, you're going to still say, I don't have my Siddhanta, I keep chanting. So that's good, because then next life you get a guru and get your Siddhanta. So this is the modern way, and the traditional Gaudiya Vaishnava way is a little different. But you see the parallel by Aindra's story, we'll see the bottom line here. Because Aindra's example shows he chanted Hare Krishna, but the ultimate way he got a Siddhanta is from Guru. His Guru, Srila Prabhupada, appeared in a dream and gave him a Siddhanta. So that proves that the Guru gives it the Siddhanta. And that's what the traditional Gaudiya Vaishnavas teach and practice. The Guru gives the Siddhanta. So first of all, how does the Guru give the Siddhanta, and what qualifies one to be a Guru? So let's see what we got here. The Guru is described, there's a very interesting description in Bhakti Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami about the identity of, let's see what I got here. 453. This is Bhakti Sandarbha by Sri Jiva Goswami Pad, Honored Shade number 286. 286.1, because there's different subsections. So there's Honored Shade, it's like verse or whatever, Honored Shade 286 and part 1. He says there, Jiva Goswami Pad, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is present in this world as Sri Guru in an individual form called Vyasti Rup. So Bhagavan appears as Sri Guru, and that form of Krishna's Guru is called Vyasti Rup. This is the avatar descent of Krishna as a devotee. So the devotee is an avatar of Krishna, the Guru. And Krishna also exists in that same feature as Sri Guru in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, in his collective form, Samasti Guru, which means the totality of all Gurus. Although Krishna himself is a direct avatar, he is present there in the form as a Samasti Rupa Guru being situated in his left side of Bhagavan. So in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha or Golok, Krishna is sitting there, and on the left-hand side is another form of Krishna called Samasti Guru. Samasti Guru is the Guru of all Gurus in the Parampara. So the Guru is an avatar of Krishna. So there's many nice verses to describe the identity of Guru, because if you establish the identity of Guru, because faith in Guru is what reveals everything. Because faith in Guru, Indra had so much faith in Guru and dependence on Guru, his Guru appeared in a dream and gave him Siddhanta. So faith is the keynote. So there's some verses that give a very nice explanation of the identity of Guru. And the best verse is one of the best verses in 7th Canto Bhagavatam, verse 15, chapter 15, verse 26. Narada is describing the characteristics of Varnashram Dharma. There's a whole section there, he's talking about brahmacharis and gurus and everything. So in this verse he says, Yes, Sakshat Bhagavati Jnana Deepa Prade Guru. Yes, Sakshat Bhagavati Jnana Deep Prade Guru. Translation by Vyasadeva. Gurudev, the Sri Guru is directly Krishna, Bhagavan, and he gives the light of wisdom. Jnana Deepena Prade Guru. Jnana Deepena Prade, like Krishna Prema Prado. He gives the light of wisdom. That's the identity of Guru is he's directly Krishna. So that's how Vishnu Chakravarti Pad in his Guru Ashram, how he got the prayer Sakshat Taridve Nasamasa Shastra. Sakshat Hari, he says, Sakshat Hari. You are Sakshat Hari, Guru, you are Sakshat Hari. It's right out of the Bhagavatam, Sakshat Bhagavati. Bhagavati means Bhagavatam, doesn't mean you. It means Bhagavatam. In the Sanskrit, the verse is such that the ending is I. Yes, Sakshat Bhagavati means the Guru is directly Bhagavan. 7:15:26. In the verse before that, he says you can attain everything by Guru Bhakti. 7th Canto, 15th chapter, verse 25. Etat sarvam, Guru Bhakti, Yanjana Yavasha. Yanjana Ridya Yavasha. You can attain everything automatically in the heart by the mercy of Guru Bhakti. Guru Bhakti is very powerful. And Krishna tells himself the identity of Guru in 11th Canto in Uddhava Gita. Canto 11, chapter 17, verse 27. There's a famous Guru in ISKCON his name is Jagat Guru Kripalu Maharaj. He has a big temple in Barsana. He has a famous Prem Mandir in Vrindavan. It's Jagat Guru Kripalu Maharaj. He is a Vaishnava, worshipper of Radha Krishna in Rag Marg, and he was a great Vaishnava and one of the famous saints of Brajmandal and of India in general. He has many Hindi lectures and fantastic lectures in Hindi on Tattva. Because he came before he became a guru, he came and did Puruscharan Bratas in Vrindavan. A very difficult brata to get Saraswati city. So he had darshan of Saraswati, Mother Saraswati, and he goddess of learning, goddess of transcendental wisdom or materialism. He prayed to her, he says, please fill my mind and heart with all wisdom, spiritual wisdom. So she fulfilled it. He got Sankalpa. His Sankalpa was fulfilled by that tapasya. Jagat Guru Kripalu Maharaj. And his lectures are dynamic in Hindi. Really, he just quotes. It's like you listen to a lecture, he quotes 100 verses a minute. He says Chandogya Upanishad and the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, and I listen sometimes in Hindi just to be amazed by what a power he has. I don't understand Hindi so much, but I can figure out a lot because it's philosophy. But I'm just amazed. He's just there looking real cool, long hair, very handsome figure. And just speaking like that's proof of the power of Saraswati. Saraswati Kripa Vachra Saraswati Ma. So what I'm saying is, every day when he started a lecture, because I lived in Vrindavan near his ashram. He has an ashram in Vrindavan. It was old ashram. Prem Mandir is new, but old ashram is near Sital Chai. It's around Reti, backside, down between ISKCON and Fogo Ashram. It's in the side there. You know the place. Yeah, it's called Patak Bagicha, where he stayed for 5 years. So we had an ashram right there. It's all black, totally black building, totally black sham, all black tile on the outside. It doesn't look very nice, but it's totally black. Maybe for tantric reasons or something, or keep the Nazar off him or something. I don't know. But so every day, sometimes you would visit there in old days. This is in, I don't know when, 1996 or 7, whenever I lived over there. 99, like that. 99 lived there. He used to visit me there. Who is it? It's Gaudiya. That's where you knock on the door. I said. So every day he starts his lecture. He has a very deep voice. Acharya Mam Vijaniyam. And it's big loudspeakers. They're going all over Bajbando, Acharya Mam Vijaniyam. He was quoting a verse from Uddhava Gita that we'll quote now, 11th canto, chapter 17, verse 27. Krishna is telling Arjuna, do you know who the Guru is? Do you know who the Acharya is? The Acharya is me. Krishna is saying, Acharya is me. Sakshat Krishna. Acharya ma vijanayan navamanya takari chit namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva maya guru. O Udo, you should know the Guru to be equal to myself. He is my very swarup. He's a vyasti rup. At no time out of envy or neglect at no time, one should never envy, neglect, or disrespect the Guru, or think of him as an ordinary person, or consider him to have any faults. That's not in the verse, all that stuff, but it says you shouldn't. That's added by the translator. As the verse says, you shouldn't think of him. You shouldn't be envious of him. It says that shouldn't be envious of him. Shouldn't be envious of the Guru. Think he's immortal. Other things are added, like always. Because the Guru is the sum total of all demigods. That's correct. Sarvadeva Maya Guru. And what else we got? That's a good one. So the idea is that the Guru is God. So if we have faith in Krishna, we should have equal faith or more faith in Guru. This is a very important verse to describe the significant position and contribution of the Guru. This is from Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 1, I don't know what, Adi Leela 1, part 1, chapter 1, verse 45. 1:145. Guru Krishna Rupahana, Shastra Praman, Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Karina Bhaktagan. So this is Shastra proof that Krishna is the form of Guru, because in the form of Guru, Krishna gives us mercy. Translation. Guru Krishna Rup. The Guru is a form, Krishna Rup, he's a form of Krishna. Shastra Praman. This is a Praman, this is a proof of Shastra. Shrutis and Smritis prove that the Guru is Krishna Swarup, Krishna Rupam. Guru Rupe, Krishna Kripa Karina Bhaktagan. The group, all the bhaktas can receive or get Karina Kripa from the form of Krishna in the form of Guru. So sometimes it says the Guru is Sri Guru is Krishna Kripa Murti. He's a Murti, a form of Krishna's mercy. Okay, and then let's see here. Oh, that's the. So we have to. That establishes the identity of Guru and how we should have faith in Guru. 51. That was 51. 737. There's another famous verse describes this Nuda Gita. It's in here somewhere also. This is 11. Can't see the citation here. 11. This is chapter, Canto 11, chapter 22, verse 10. Describes how Krishna appears in two forms. It's a charya chetu vapasha swagatim vyanakti. So swagatim means the supreme goal, and vyanakti means reveals or manifests the supreme goal. Krishna manifests his final spiritual goal by appearing as acharya, means the Diksha Guru outside, as Chaitya Vapu. Vapu means the form of the Guru and the form of the Paramatma. Chaitya means Paramatma. So Vishnu Chakravarti gives a commentary on this phrase, Swagatim Vyanakti. So Swagatim externally means Gati means goal, destination. Swa means your own. But Vishnu says that Krishna reveals through the mercy of Paramatma or through the mercy of Guru, says Krishna, that Swagatim reveals, Krishna reveals the perfected spiritual form of a sadhaka, endowed with prema. You'll get a body-filled prema. And he quotes this phrase here, Prema bhavat parsha dattva lakshanam gatim. You attain the gati, the swagati, the goal you attain is the spiritual world. You become an associate of Krishna and prema and have the qualities of a prema bhakta. So that's an example of Krishna Guru giving Siddhaya. So the traditional Gaudiya Sampradaya is the Guru gives a Siddhaya. And who is the Guru? We have another phrase, another thing here. This is a nice verse about the identity of Guru. Because we sing every day the identity of Guru. Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai Yayali Bir Yuktira Pekshaniya Tatati Dakshati Valabhasya Manegro Sri Charananda. So that's the spiritual body of the Guru. The Guru is in the Kunj serving Radha Krishna and Siddhaya as a manjari. So if some disciple sings that, they'll say, Gurudev, what is your form in the Kunj? They'll say, I don't know. What's a Kunj? Nikunja Rati Keli Siddhai. So that's there. And there's a prayer that's in this shloka book. It's cited with Stava Kalpa Drum by Raghunath Das, but this is the wrong source. There's no such prayer by Raghunath Das written anywhere. But where it is appears, it's from Yamala. It's prayers from Yamala Shastra, and Yamala Shastra is quoted by Siddha Krishnadas in Sadhanamrita Chandrika. But he quotes it there, and it's a collection of teachings of sadhana. Ragmarg, but the source is Yamala Shastra. It's a very nice prayer to Guru. This is the internal identity of Guru. Tram Gopika Risharave Tanayanti Kesi Sevadi Karni Guru Nichapada Padme Dasyam Pradaya Kurumam Vrajakanane Sri Radangri Sevana Rasei Sukinim Sukabdo. This is the Guru. O Gurudev, you are beloved Gopi, Tram Gopika, Vrishve Raves, you are beloved Gopi of Radhika. And you can bestow her service. Seya Adikarni Guru Nija Pada Padme. Your Pada Padme, your lotus feet, can give to me the Adhikar, the qualification to serve Radharani. So bestow your shelter, your lotus feet, and kindly engage me blissfully within the ocean of mellows of the service of Radha's feet in the kunjas of Vrindavan. Dasyam Pradaya, make me a das, make me a dasi. Kurumam means make me a dasi. Brajakanan in the forest of Vrindavan. Shirad Angri means feet, Sevane. So I can submerge in an ocean of happiness and the bliss of serving, the rasa of serving Radharani's lotus feet. So this is the identity of the Guru. So the Gaudiya Vaisnava Gurus, this is a prayer that describes their identity, because they have the traditional Gaudiya Vaishnava Gurus, they have Sadhak Rup and Siddha Rup, and the Siddha Rup is as a Gopi, and so they can give this to their disciples because they received it in parampara. So this is the traditional way. So the traditional way is that one receives a Siddhadeya from the Guru, and he starts meditating on that, and by the mercy of Krishna it's revealed. And that's a nice verse that describes in Bhagavatam how that's revealed. Oh yeah, this is there. So the Guru gives a Siddhadeya, and the devotee meditates on the Siddhadeya. So by the power of meditation, the mercy of Krishna, that Siddhadeya is revealed. And this is revealed in the third canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 9, verse 11. It says, Yad diya ta urgaya vibhavayanti tat vapu pranayase sada anugrahaya. It says tat vapu. That vapu, that spiritual body that one's meditating on, Krishna reveals it to you. That's what the verse says. It says, Yad diya urgaya, that whatever body, whatever spiritual body one is meditating on, of the glorious Krishna, there would be vibhavayanti, they're specifically thinking of that very same vapu, pranayasi, Krishna manifests by his mercy to his devotee. So we chant Hare Krishna also, but we meditate on the Siddhadeya that's given by the Guru, and Krishna will reveal it to the devotee. But so the difference between traditional Gaudiya Vaishnavism and modern Gaudiya Vaishnavism is we depend on meditation, We receive this today right away. We have it. It is with us eternally. And then we'll see it by the mercy of Krishna. But the other way, you have to come to Baba and Baba Bhakti, and then Krishna will reveal it. Or if you're lucky, you have a dream. You can have a dream of Krishna, reveal your Siddhanta. But I haven't. The only person I ever met that had a dream of Siddhanta was Indra. Maybe there's others. I don't know. So that's the point of that. The traditional way, it's been going on for 500 years. The Guru's been giving the Siddhanta, and people meditate on it. And that's what's described whenever the Acharyas, the 6 Goswamis, Krishnadas Kaviraj, Rupa Goswami, Nectar Devotion, and Raghunath Das and Vishwanath, whenever they describe sadhana, bhakti, they describe meditating on Siddhanta. It's a sadhana. The Raghunath sadhana is a sadhana, so it's not that when you come to Bhava, because otherwise you wait to come to Bhava, but the sadhana, your sadhana is your city. Your practice is what becomes your perfection. If you don't practice something, how do you perfect it? You're not thinking of Siddhanta. How did Krishna give you Siddhanta? Indra was always thinking of Siddhanta, meditating Siddhanta, thinking, praying. So he wanted one, he's meditating on it, so Krishna gave it to him in a dream. But in the traditional way, you're given a Siddhanta, you meditate on it, Krishna reveals it to you. But it's part of sadhana. The Acharyas, Vishwanath, Narottam, everyone says, you have to do sadhana like this. You do sadhana like this, you have to meditate on Siddhanta. Seva Sadhgurupena Sirupena Chatri. The verse in Bhakti and Chaitanya Charitamrita, everywhere it's held. Meditate on your Siddhanta. So how do you Raganuga Bhakti without Siddhanta? That's the problem. So any questions on this point? Any questions? Okay, well, that's that. Next question. Any question? Okay, question? Another question? Everyone's like, everyone's stunned. I'm just presenting facts. You can think about it and see what conclusion you get. You have some questions from the internet or something? You have a question from the net? You have other question? Yeah.
My question is, Gurudev, that as we do everyday bhajan, we feel, means personally I am feeling that we are going far away from bhakti, means we have a lot of bad things happening. Are we really doing bhakti? Bhakti is becoming more and more like I'm most fallen. These kinds of things are appearing. So, is this the right way of doing bhakti or something else is happening? Means,
What specifically you say you're going far, where are you going far away?
Means I'm feeling that I'm not qualified to do bhakti. Means like many things are happening. Like I'm feeling that I'm very fallen in this sense.
Is that good? That's good. That's the result of bhakti. Bhakti creates humility. The devotee's asking a question, I'm practicing bhakti, but I feel I'm getting far away from bhakti. As I practice bhakti more and more, I see all bad anarthas and coming up inside of me, so I feel I'm not even qualified to be a bhakta. So that worthlessness is your qualification. that sense of worthlessness, utter helpless, helpless and hopeless. But Prabhupada coined the phrase, hope against hope. So don't be helpless, don't be helpless. Take help of Bhagavan Bhakti, hearing and chanting, remembering, serving Krishna. And go on, it's just part of growing up, part of growing pains. You feel bad about yourself, not forever.
there any shastric reference that these are there? Like, is this anartha nivritti stage that is going on?
It's Madhurya Kadamini, you can see. Try Anishtita Bhakti. Tendency is to see overpowered by sense gratification, losing interest, and waning interest, rising and falling. It's all there in the Nishtha Bhakti chapter where it describes what is Anishtita, what is not Nishtha. Madhurya Kadamini. That's good. You think, I'm changed, Hari Krishna, I'm doing really good, I'm really smart, you know. Well, then you're nowhere. Hang in there. There's growing pains, you know. No problem. Chant and be happy, they say. So chant more. Yes, you're losing happiness, so you got to chant more. Have kirtan with your family. Kirtan is a way to instant bliss. Group kirtan is instant bliss. Bhagavati, do you agree? No? Why you do it every month? Every month you have a bunch of devotees at their house and have a Maharaj Sankirtan party. And they're all in bliss. I can feel the bliss. I get in bliss also by association. Reflection. or you have a question? Marlika, you're looking at it.
There is one question.
There is one question.
A question from the net. Okay, net. People on the net, hello, Haribo, Jaya Radhe.
Yeah, they are greeting me like Jai Gurudev. Is Baba giving Diksha? Is any chance to take Diksha?
What Baba?
You.
So many Babas are giving Diksha.
It's written. Is Baba giving Diksha?
Baba has given Diksha, and maybe he'll give Diksha again in the future. It depends on Krishna's will. That's an easy question to answer. Doesn't create any bad vibes in anybody. Any other questions? Any question, Radha?
What exactly happens at death? What means, is the body decided beforehand? Means how?
There's a whole section in Rama Sutra's death, you know.
Exact.
But basically, it's an interesting thing. These questions asked, what happens at death? You're gone. What's new about that? They say dead and gone, don't they? They say, where's your father? He's dead and gone.
Dead and gone.
Where is he gone? Where is he gone? The jiva leaves his body accompanied by the subtle body. So what carries the jiva out of the body is a pran and a subtle body. There's 100 in the Shrutis and Upanishads described, there's 101 nadis that run through the heart. 101 nadis, nerve channels that run through the heart. And the 101st nadi is called Susumna nadi. And if one leaves through Susumna nadi, they go out through the Brahmarandra and they go to Vaikuntha, they go to the spiritual world. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of things like that. Basically, the subtle body takes you. And, you go, it depends on your piety. You go to the moon, you go to the sun, it describes different things. You go to the moon planet, you go to the sun planet. How that works, I don't know, but you pass through different layers. When you come back again, you go to Pichiloka, then you get a body and come back here again. Oh, here, it's in this other section here. Here you'll find out. Yeah, what happens at death, I say, everyone will find out. I guess some description, I can't just locate it right now. It's in the later part of the book. In the second, third. But the pran and the subtle body carry the jiva to the next position. They don't get dissolved at death.
How do the devotee react generally? Means
Huh?
what is the consciousness of devotee? He doesn't even realize the death is happening because he is already in the.
Well, it depends on what level of bhakti development he is. If he's jiva mukta, he doesn't perceive what's happening with the body at death. Otherwise, if he's not, he can perceive it on one level. It depends on the level of consciousness, depends on the level of consciousness, how much conscious you are of Krishna, how much you experience or the pain of death, or the experience of death. Otherwise, for some, it's just like changing your clothes. You just close your eyes and go. No pain, no gain. There's a lot here in the third part of Brahma Sutra, part 3, chapter 1. Passes through different stages and becomes grains, becomes, it's wild stuff. One of the things with Krishna at the time of death, 8th chapter of Gita, verse 6, Yam yam vapi sran bhavam, tyaja jati kleram, tam tam evaiti konteya sadata bhava bhavita. When you give up this body, if you're thinking of Krishna, go to Krishna. So you attain that state, whatever you're thinking of every day. It says, Yam yam vapi sran bhavam, tyaja jati kleram. Tyaja yanti kleram. At the end of this body, when you go to this body, tam tam evaiti konteya sadata bhava bhavita. Sadata bhava. That sadata bhava bhavita. That bhava, that mood, that meditation that you're cultivating your whole life, that you'll attain your next life. This is 8.6 of Gita. So the whole life you're thinking, I'm a Manjri Maidstone Radharani, my Nitya Seva is this, my Guru Sakhi is like this, and when you die you'll get Sakhi Bhav and you go to Krishna. You're just thinking of that day and night. This is my real identity. This is called Bhuta Shuddhi. There's different meanings of Bhuta Shuddhi, but the ultimate meaning of Bhuta Shuddhi, purifying the elements of our body, means to meditate on our Siddhanta. This is in Rag Marg, we meditate on the Siddhanta, it's called Bhuta Shuddhi. In Vaidhi Marg, Bhuta Shuddhi is the purification you do before you do puja. You meditate, I'm a Jivatma, I'm a spirit soul, I'm a servant of Krishna, I'm not this body. It's general. Two 563. You get what you want. You get what you're always thinking of. Whatever you're attached to, whatever you're always thinking of, that's what you get. The pranas and the senses, it says the prana and the senses go along with the jiva. The elements of prana, the mind, and the senses go with the jiva when it leaves the body. There are 101 nadis passing through the heart, and one nadi, the 101st nadi, goes to the top of the head. It goes from the heart to the top of the head. So the jiva is situated in the region of the heart. And if he's self-realized or Brahman, Krishna realized or self-realized, Brahman realized, Krishna helps him recognize there's 101 streets. Which one's the 101st nadi? There's no way of knowing. But Krishna reveals this is the 101st nadi. So he enters, Abba enters the 101st nadi and travels up through the body, through the top of the head. It's called Susumna nadis. There's 101 nadis. The nerve currents, you can say nerve currents. They're not really nerves, but they're subtle energy channels in the body. Where does we see that a living body is there's warmth. A living body is warm. The dead body is cold. So what is the source of the warmth? The source of the warmth, according to Upanishads, is a subtle body. Pretty cool, huh? This fourth Brahma Sutra, part 4, chapter 2, verse 11. Tasyeva chopapatir ushma. The subtle body of the jiva is responsible for making warmth in the body, since this is reasonably supported by Shastra. There's no warmth in the gross body because the subtle body has left it. So that's to prove that the subtle body is source of warmth. This is Upanishads that prove, and because the cold dead body has everything in it, everything's still there, but the warmth isn't there. Heart is still there, everything's there. There's no warmth. So materialists will say that movement. What do materialists say was the source of warmth? Movement of the blood in the body is the source of warmth. What is the source of warmth? What is the answer to the materialists? Anyone study material science? What makes the body warm? That's a good stumping question to ask your professors. What makes the body warm? Well, the presence of life. Well, life means Atma is a subtle body. Atma, Man, Buddhi, Prana, and Atma are all one package. So the warmth of the body comes from the subtle body. Subtle body means Sukshma Shriyar. The person who is self-realized attains mercy from Krishna in the heart so he can recognize 101st Nadi. The Lord lights up his heart so the path is revealed. That's really cool. This is the fourth Brahma Sutra, chapter 4, verse 2.17. Wow, this is really cool. This is when a jiva dies, leaves his gross body, the subtle body of that person in knowledge follows the jiva, but it's destroyed by vidya, like a pile of bird and cow dung. When the jiva surpasses the covering shells of the universe, he merges his withered up, dried up cow dung, burned up cow dung body into Prakriti. It needs a Prakriti energy. And then the pure jiva, having attained a body of Brahman, joins with Brahman, which is a shelter of Prakriti. That's wild. The rays of the sun are connected to the nadis. Because of the sun rays, the nadis absorb the sun rays, and so the sun is heating the body through the function of the nadis. First, from the sun, the rays go to the nadis. From the nadis, the rays of the sun go and enter the sun. That's wild. The Gita explains in 8th chapter of Gita, verse 23 and 26, it explains there's two paths to leave the body, one by the light and one by the dark. It's called Uttarayan and Dakshinarayan. Uttarayan is when the sun moves in 6 months in the northern hemisphere, it's Uttarayan. The sun moves 6 months in the southern hemisphere, it's called Dakshinarayan. So Vishnu Dev was shot on bed of arrows in Dakshinarayan, so he's waiting for Uttarayan to leave. So that's the example of Vishnu Dev. But it's not necessary, because if someone has bhakti, there's no rule of time when a person in bhakti should die to receive the results. So all these words in this verse does not refer at all to time, but to devatas ruling those time. Bhishma waited for the sun to move in the northern course to uphold a boon given by his father to die at will, to prove that it was effective and follow the proper behavior of common understanding. A person in bhakti, whenever and wherever he dies, he attains Krishna. Jai Radhe. Basically, Krishna takes us away. We don't have to worry about all the nadis and all that stuff. We just depend on Krishna, and Krishna will take us. There's really elaborate stuff about ordinary jivas. The devatas, some devatas come and act as guides. The devatas appointed by Krishna guide those who die. It guides them on the way to Brahman. A specific person who guides and assists is described in Chandogya Upanishad. Wow. And the 13 devatas, the devata of light, the devata of day, and Vayodeva, Suryadev, Chandradev, Indradev, Varunadev, and Prajapati, they guide the ordinary jivas. Unusual case of dying was seen in Ajamil, where he was taken directly to the spiritual world from earth. Wow, it's really detailed, so unbelievably detailed. And Brahmaloka. And then it says special case, because ordinary devotees, if they go to Brahmaloka, and when Brahma gets liberated, they get liberated. That's what it says. They go there, they do bhakti and Brahmaloka for a while, then they get liberated. It's wild. But the special case, Visheshadi Karanam, the special case in the part 4 of the Brahma Sutra, chapter 3, verse 16, says Krishna personally takes some Nirapeksha devotees. So Nirapeksha devotees means the devotees have nothing to do with Varnashram Dharma and they're just interested in pure bhakti, which I think applies to everyone sitting here. Or Nirapeksha devotees. And he said, he quotes the verse here. This is a verse. 4:3:16. Vishesham chadarshayati. Some people receive a special darshan of Krishna. Who are they? And Baladev Vijayabhushan says, quotes Baladev Vijayabhushan, quotes Gopal Tami Upanishad. But those devotees who chant Gopal mantra, Krishna personally shows them his form at the time of death. So the question we ask, do the Nirapeksha Bhaktas go to Krishna's abode with the guidance of devatas or with the guidance of the Lord himself? So the Nirapeksha devotees also enter Krishna's abode by the guidance of the devotees. So we're indebted to Surya, Varuna, Indra, the devotees. They're guiding us even to go to Vaikuntha or Goloka. But there's exceptions. Exceptional case, Krishna personally takes a devotee. Those that are worshippers of Brahman, they attain Bhagavan or Brahman through the devotees. But Vishesh, Krishna takes his Nirapeksha devotees, like us, who have intense longing for Krishna and can't bear the separation from Krishna. He takes them to his lotus feet. And then so that it says Visheshanam Shadarshayati. Some people get a special Vishesh, means special darshan of Bhagavan in the form of personally Krishna comes. So that's told in Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, verse 6 and 7. Krishna says, I quickly deliver the devotees from the ocean of birth and death. Jai, Bhagavan ki jai. Te shamaham samudartam ritu samsara sagara. That's where we go. So the word cha in this verse, what verse is cha? Let's see what verse cha is. It says the devotees simultaneously give up their material bodies and get a spiritual body. And then he quotes the Vishnu Purana. Krishna puts on the shoulders of Garuda. Krishna puts his devotees. I take my devotee to my supreme abode, without going by the path of light. So that's what happens at death. Jaya Radhe. Oh, I didn't turn it on. I didn't record it. Okay. Yeah, you have to send it to me so I can put it on my audio. What's the time now? 5:20. Any more questions? Yeah, Valentina.
Someone said to me that Jagannath worship is not good for aspirant of Manjari Baba. Is it true?
What's the question? I didn't hear it.
That
Jagannath worship is not conducive for Manjari Baba. Is it true? Somebody said.
Question is, worshipping Jagannath is not conducive to Manjari Baba.
Someone said to me this.
Jagannath is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So you worship Krishna with a sankalpa, you want Manjari Baba, Krishna will give you Manjari Baba. It's not the usual method of worship. Usually Gaudiya Vaisnavas and Ragmarg, they worship Radha Krishna or Giridhari. And they worship Jagannath, they don't worship Balaram and Subhadra together, they worship Jagannath alone. Like in Gaudiya temples in Vrindavan, they have Rath Yatra every year. And Madan has a cart, Jamar has a cart, but they just run around inside the temple. It's this little tiny cart. They have Rath Yatra inside the temple courtyard. But Madan Mohan has a Rath Yatra cart. Govinath has a Rath Yatra cart. And there's a Rath Yatra cart for a big Jagannath temple there. Govinath, Govindaji, Madan Mohan, these ancient traditional temples have Jagannath cart. Because Sanatana Goswami says in Hari Bhakti Vilas, the Gaudiya Vaisnavas observe all the festivals that are observed on Jagannath Puri. So one festival is observed there is Rath Yatra. But the Gaudiya Vaisnavas don't observe Rath Yatra like they do in Puri. Because in Puri they take out 3 carts, they take out 3 deities, Jagannath in one cart, Balaram in one cart, Subhadra in another cart. But according to the way it's interpreted, because Sanatana Goswami said we should observe the festivals like they observe in Jagannath Puri. So that's why these Gaudiya temples observe Rath Yatra. But they don't have any murtis of Balaram or Subhadra. There's no cart for Balaram and Subhadra. The only cart that's Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra is the Jagannath Mandir there. There's a big on the Prickle Mark, there's a big Jagannath Mandir. They have a cart with Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra. So, because Jagannath is Sakshat Krishna, Jagannath is Vrijendrananda and Sri Krishna. This is the mood of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya stood, and when he took darshan in the temple, he didn't take darshan of Balaram and Subhadra. He stood behind the Garuda Stamba. If you stand behind the Garuda Stamba, from there's so many pillars in the way, you can only see the face of Jagannath. You can't see Balaram and Subhadra. They're blocked by pillars. It's an old temple, many pillars supporting the temple. And you would see we'd be far away, and just see Jagannath. So worship Jagannath alone is, you can say, is conducive to Manjari Bhav. Worship Jagannath and Balaram and Subhadra, that doesn't work so well. Better to worship Krishna alone, Jagannath alone. That's Vrijendrananda and Sri Krishna. Because when Lord Chaitanya saw Jagannath, he saw him as Vrijendrananda and Krishna. He went to embrace him. Because he's in Radha Bhav, he's in Radha's Bhav. Oh, it's my Shyamsundar, it's my Vrijendrananda. He ran to embrace him. He fell unconscious.
And on my altar I have Radha.
There's another question?
Yes, related to this.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Because on my altar I have Radha Shyamsundara, Gauranitai, and a Murti of Jagannath, Baladeva, Subhadra, that they are all in one Murti. It's not possible to separate. So what to do?
Now keep going. Once you start puja, you don't stop.
Okay, thank you.
Unless your guru orders you to stop. You follow your ruchi. Puja is based on your taste, your attraction, your ruchi. You like Jagannath Balaram, worship, no problem. What's the harm? What's the harm? Bhagavan's Bhagavan, yes. Anatta-rupam. Bhagavan is anatta-rupam, unlimited forms. The main thing, you worship a tree, you'll get perfection. You worship a rock, you get perfection. Right? It says in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Krishna appears in two forms in Kali Yuga. He appears in two forms. One is Daro Brahman and Jal Brahman. Daro means wood, Daro Brahman means Jagannath, and Jal Brahman means Ganga. So Krishna appears as Ganga and as Lord Jagannath. Today is called Ganga Saptami. So I have a friend, he gave me 50 liters of Ganga Jal. So I filled up a whole bucket, 12 liters of Ganga Jal. I took a bath in Ganga Jal today. I was remembering my friend, I said, this is nice. I sang, first I paid obeisance to the bucket, and I offered prayers to Ma Ganga, and I took a bath. So I was so thankful to my friend who brought me Ganga Jal. He brought me 50 liters of Ganga Jal from Hardware, Rishikesh side. 50 liters carried on the train, you know. Both bhajan. Pachas liter, pani, big drum. I took a bath, Gange. It says in Puranas that you chant the name of Ganga 3 times, even if you're at a distance 800 kilometers away from Ganga. If you chant Gange 3 times, you get the benefit of Ganga Snan. 1, 2, 3. Gange. Ma Ganga ki. Jai. No Jai? Jai Ganga. Go inside, offer the sweets. Go on the mandir, offer the sweets. You. Yeah. The Tulsi's on the altar. Everything's there. Just go there. You got the sweets are there on the table. On the side, your husband put on the left-hand side of the table. You get the sweets. Yeah. Got another question here. Radhesham.
You know, it is very auspicious to do Nirjala Kadasha without drinking water. And I know one devotee, he used to do, before sunrise, he used to drink a lot of water, and after it was easier for him to fast without water. Is okay this kind of practice?
Questions about Nirjala Ekadasi. Before means what? Day before or what?
No, just before sunrise, because it is saying that the Ekadashi Tithi start at sunrise. So before sunrise, he used to
Yeah, the
drink a lot of-
fast on Ekadasi is from sunrise to sunrise, usually, most of the time. The sun always, 5 minutes before sunrise, you drink 100 liters of water.
something like this.
That's a clever way to do Nirjala Ekadasi Vrat. What can I say?
Is it okay or not?
It's going on. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I never read. The question is that okay to do? Get up and near Jaya Ekadasi, you drink 100 liters before 5 minutes before sunrise. Is that okay? So I can say Shastra does not prohibit that. There's yama and niyama. So we have to quote Shastra. So someone says, can you quote Shastra? Says you can't do it. I can't quote Shastra. So you have people that are clever, you know. People are very clever. Kali Yuga people are very clever. But the thing is, the main thing is, what is the sankalpa? The sadhaka's sankalpa is, I want to do Nirjala Ekadasi. That's a great sankalpa. That's a great mahabrat. Because in previous yugas it was easy to do Nirjala Vrat. In Kali Yuga is very difficult. In Kali Yuga it's considered the greatest austerity is to give up food. To give up food for one day is the greatest mahatapasya in Kali Yuga is to give up food. One day without food. We die. I'll die if I don't eat. Ekadasi, you want to feast 3 times a day. Anyway, you observe Ekadasi one way or the other. That's the bottom line. So Shastras don't prohibit getting up before sunrise and drinking 100 liters of water. What can I say? There's always special people everywhere. Okay, any other questions? Snehaji, you have a question? You're not reading, you're just goofing off. You had to study Shastra and you got some questions.
I have just started reading up after your last week's chastisement of me. I'm reading every day now. And I am chanting.
Acha,
Right.
surprise. Surprise. Wonders never cease. Anyone have any questions? What time is it now? No, yeah.
5:35.
Nikunja Jivani.
During mantra meditation and Leela Smaran, what forms exactly Radha Krishna we should meditate on?
Question is, what?
On what forms of
Yeah, I heard the question.
Radha Krishna we should meditate on?
Question is, when we meditate on Krishna's Leela and forms of Radha Krishna, what form of Radha Krishna should we meditate on? I asked my guru the same question. He said, when you close your eyes, the form you see, you meditate on that form. So you close your eyes, you see black, then you meditate, Krishna's all black. The Radharani is all black. You close your eyes, I just see black. I don't see, the lights are out, I don't see anything. So when you close your eyes, whatever the form you see, that's the form. Some people, if they're really attached to their deity, they close their eyes and see their deities. It's common for pujaris to have dreams of the deities. Very common. See a smiling face of Shamasundari in a dream, or Radharani, or Giridhari. Very common. Because you always think of them, worshiping them, doing puja. So So it makes samskars. The most powerful samskar is visual. There's Panchindriya, Rup, Gandha, Swarsha, Rasa. So you hear something, you make some samskara. You taste something, smell something, touch something. Make some samskara, some impression on the chitta. But what you see makes a deepest impression. That's why we always look at pictures of Krishna and Thakurji, so we have that kind of impression. So when you close your eyes, whoever you see, you meditate on them. Not a difficult problem. Otherwise, there's guided meditations. I have a book in my Art of Chanting. There's a guided meditation on Radha Kunda. It describes meditating in other forms. You can read that. It's also in a little small book, Radha Kunda Meditations and Lotus Feet and forms and Lotus Feet. It's in there also. When I meditate on Krishna, I think of Radha Raman. So he looks very much like Krishna. Thin waist, broad chest, very frankish and dear Lalita type. Question from the internet? Oh, wait, we have live questions here. I mean, the internet's live also. Personal, whatever. Yeah, what?
When I was younger, like say 7, 8 years ago, I used to just listen to lots of lectures and there was so much reading and lectures.
What happened?
And now I'm just going through a phase where I just keep on running to the temples and I just want to go. So am I having a fall down or is it okay? Like, because after last week and then my husband was listening to this and then he was so angry. I mean, he's like, you have to now just sit down at home. You can't run. You have to read.
Who's telling?
I'm like, I can't force myself.
Husband.
My husband.
Good.
And after that, he was also like, sit down, read. See, Maharaj is also telling you, why can't you sit down and watch? I'm just going through a phase. I just like to go to the temple. I don't know. Am I having a fall down? How can I reverse the situation?
Someone is saying, am I having a fall down? Because 5, 6 years ago, I spent all my time hearing Hari Katha and reading Shastra. And now I just want to take darshan of Krishna in different temples. And my husband tells me I should sit down and read and chant, and not run around like a monkey. So if I'm having a fall down, it's not a fall down, but the fall down is called Guru Avagya. That's an offense to the holy name. Guru Avagya. It's a third offense. Guru Avagya means disregard the Guru. Who is the Guru? The Guru is called Pati Guru. Pati Guru. The husband is the Guru for the wife. He represents the husband. You have if you're a Vaishnava, you have a Diksha Guru. So if you're a Vaishnavi, it means you generally have a Vaishnava husband, and both have Diksha Gurus. So but the husband is called Pati Guru. The wife is not called Patni Guru. Although in Kali Yuga, the wives are taking charge. Hey, listen to me. The wives are becoming Patni Guru. But it's supposed to be Pati. The Shastras talk about Pati Guru. Adi Guru Mata Pita. Then when you get married, a Pati Guru is a Guru. Then if you're fortunate enough to get Diksha from a Diksha Guru, then you're Diksha Guru. But for karma, Varnashram, Dharma, and karma, you have your Adi Guru Mata Pita and your Pati Guru. That's it. And you have your Kula Guru for samskaras, hair cutting, name giving, all this stuff. But your husband, you're both Vaishnavas, and you have Vaishnavi, you have Diksha Guru. So your Pati Guru is representing your Diksha Guru. He's speaking on behalf of your Diksha Guru. You have to see it like that, you have to respect that. He's giving you good instruction. You're disregarding this, your operatic the holy name. Because of your own impetuousness and your own passion. You have to control your passion. Do pranayama. Anulom Vilom. In 10, hold 20. Yeah. You're too much rajasic. Don't you eat chilies?
No.
Really?
Yeah, because I stopped because I I can't shut down. Like I need to. I want to switch off, so I stopped it.
You should drink chamomile tea and other relaxing teas. There's too much Rajagun and too much passion. Listen to your husband. When he says good things, you should listen to him. What's the point of being a wife if you can't follow your husband? You know, the husband's independent, the wife's independent, husband. What kind of marriage is that? It's no marriage. So sit down, park your horses.
Even listen to this class and I will be more.
Yeah, you got to hear this class beat you up more. Good. You need a beating. That's what you need. You need a straitjacket. That's better.
But how do we understand? Okay.
No, enough of you. Be quiet. Be quiet. Anyone else have a question? Sir, you have a question? No, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're an intelligent guy. I'd like to hear from you sometime.
I read this a little bit ago. It's in the Vishnaka talked about the Chorus Compilation, Ocean of Sweetness. It talks about Shamkun, and there's 5 leelas that happen in Shamkun. It's listed 5 leelas that happen in Shamkun.
Ocean of Sweetness, what are you saying? That's
I forget the title in Hindi or in Sanskrit. This is the problem. It's a collection of Vishnaka Chakravarti.
Oh, connection, it's called that, okay.
Yeah. And one of them is an Asta 8 verses on Shamkun.
Yeah, he wrote 8 verses.
Yeah, and in there is 5 leelas that happen in Shamkun. Is there any other place that there's leelas about Shamkun? That's the only ones I...
Oh, that's an interesting point. He's always asking a question. There's a compilation of different writings of Vishnu that say there's 5 leelas. Is that the commentary or is that the actual shloka?
No, the actual Astakam. 5 verses on, 8 verses on Shamkun.
Shankanastikam by Vishnu Chakravarti. I had to look into it because I read it, but I don't remember 5 leelas.
It's called Krishna Kunda Astakam. He calls it Krishna Kunda.
Yeah, okay, it's also named, Shankan is also called Krishna Kunda. Krishna Kundastikam, Vishnu Chakravarti in that prayer mentions 5 leelas having Shamakund, because generally all the leelas, all the Jalkaya leelas, all the leelas are having Radhakund and the kunjas around Radhakund.
Yeah, there's many of those, yeah. And one of them is Ras Leela. There's a Ras Leela dance done in Shamkun. It says there's Ras Leela dances done in Shamkun.
Oh, because Shamakund is surrounded by Astakunjas. And the Astakunjas are charged to Yasa Sakas. The Yasa Sakas gave their kunjas to charge of the Sakis. So maybe you saw Ras Leela jewel, because it could be jewel, because basically it's like this. All the leelas that take place in Radhakund are described in Krishna Bhavanamrita and Govinda Lilamrita. And they don't specify exactly where they're taking Radhakund side, Shamakund side. So you can designate these 3 are there. There's Holy Leela, Jalkelis in Radhakund, and Holy Leelas in Shamakund. It's not specified. But it's because they're moving everywhere. They're not just staying in Radhakund. Water splashing is in Radhakund. But 5 special leelas, I think it's not special leelas. It's not special leelas. It's some of the known leelas that take place in the Shamakund side of the place, of the Radhakund stan. Jewel and Leela, Holy Leela, Banbihar. They have Banbihar. Banbihar means they wander everywhere. They wander all places. Banbihar is a Leela. Holy to Leela, holy over Braj. Like, okay, go to Shamakund side. Go to the forest around Shamakund. It's not in Shamakund itself. It's in Krishna Kund. That whole area is called Krishna Kund. All it includes all the forests and kunjas around Krishna Kund or Shamakund are part of the Leela style around Krishna Madhyan Leela. So that's what I surmise that's what Vishwanath is referring to in the Krishna Kundastikam. I will look it up on the prayer. But there can't be anything because he's not saying what they are because they're already known.
One of them is translated the secret flower battles, whatever that means.
What?
Secret flower battles. That's the
Bush,
translation.
flower fighting,
Yeah,
that's what.
flower fighting. Yes.
Well, they do that, 'cause that's described in Govinda Enriched, they throw flowers at each other. So maybe it goes on Shamakun, Krishna Kun. These are things to see in meditation, realize by meditation, and the Kripa of Krishna. It's a nice point, I'm glad you brought it up. It expands our thinking in meditation. Thank you. See, I knew he was going to ask a good question. He's a quiet guy, but he's smart. He's very smart. Any other questions? There's some lady there sitting over there. This lady, you look like a new lady. Do you have any question? Don't be shy.
Thank you so much. No. Means, I would like to ask Maharaj about the karma's interactions. Is it with the soul happening or just with the body? How does this karma affect you?
There's karma acting on the soul or the body. It's only the body. Soul has nothing to do with it. Soul is a sakshi. It's just a witness of the whole thing.
But how does then...
But because of ego, we identify with the body and we suffer or enjoy pious or good karmas. Because our identification with it, it's false identification of the Atman with the body that we feel the pains and pleasures of our good or bad karma. Karma has no touch with the soul at all.
And only by devotional service you can nullify it, is it? The karmas, can you nullify your karmas?
Karmas can be nullified by different processes of yoga. The karmas can be nullified to be destroyed by Ashtanga yoga, Gyan yoga, different kinds of yoga. But generally it's described that other forms of yoga besides bhakti yoga, they don't destroy all the karmas. There's 4 stages of karmas. There's prarabdha karma, which we're suffering. Prarabdha karma means we're suffering from right now. There's aparabdha, which is be seen in next life. And there's kutam and bijam, it means seeds and fructified seeds. So there's 4 stages of karma, and only bhakti destroys all 4 stages. Other processes don't. And the other processes, Gyan yoga or Ashtanga yoga, unless there's some bhakti mixed in there, they can't destroy the karmas. Because Krishna himself is personally destroying the karmas. Brahma says this in Brahma Samhita, verse 58 or something like that. Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajan. He said by doing bhakti bhajan, we can destroy all our karmas. It's in Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma. So all karmas means all 4 stages of karmas get destroyed by bhakti bhajan. It's not in there. Is that okay? Become a Jiva Mukta, you won't experience any karma.
Sorry?
Become a Jiva Mukta, become a pure devotee. You won't experience your karma. You won't identify, you won't experience your karma. You'll be in bliss. You'll be karma free. Karma free zone. Anand Jeev. Kubanand. Anand ho jayega. Come in? Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Ask another one.
So in that case, if you are karma free, means even if you are doing the activities, it will not have any effect on you, is that? Or you're not buying to the nature. Does it mean then you're karma free?
You're karma free.
That you still do the
Generally,
activities?
it's described in Vedanta Sutra, when your karmas are finished, you die. You get liberated. You have no more karmas, you get finished. But oftentimes Krishna keeps the devotee alive to benefit others. When he becomes a Jiva Mukta, he becomes karma free, he becomes a Premi Bhakta. But he should die, he should leave his body that time and go to Vaikuntha, go to Goloka. But he stays longer because his presence on the earth benefits the world. His darshan, his pavitram, mangalam, and his teaching, maybe he's giving diksha and training disciples. Generally, it's told there's a whole section here in Brahma Sutra, Vedanta Sutra, that the karmas are all finished for the liberated soul, and he immediately dies, leaves his body. Don't leave, stay and help others. If all your karmas are finished, stay around and help others. But sometimes devotees, they can't bear the separation, they just want to die. Krishna, take me out of here. I met many old Babajis, many old Babajis were considered very advanced. I said, what is your wish at this time? I want to die. Krishna's not letting me die. I said, that's good. We can take your darshan and get your ashirvad and get your shiksha and ashirvad and touch your feet and put my head at your feet and eat your mahaprasad, uchishta, your remnants. He said, I'm just Krishna not letting me die. Imagine who in the material world is praying like that? Imagine someone kneel down at the bed inside at the end of the day. Oh, Krishna, what? Please make me die. No one's saying like that. Let me live eternally. Let me live forever, ever. So the Siddha Mahatmas, the advanced bhaktas, the praying bhaktas, advanced Bhavas and sannyasis, the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, they're Krishna's keeping them around to benefit others. Like Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, at the end of his life, his body was full of pain and full of suffering. He was all a bag of bones, it was just skin and bones. And one Vaidya came and visited Prabhupada, and Prabhupada wasn't complaining, wasn't crying, wasn't making complaints. He said, an ordinary person with only bones with skin stretched on, he has so much pain because the nerves are pressing against the bones because he's so skinny, so just the skin and bones. Normal person, it'd be so painful to be living in a body with no fat, no anything. But he's not complaining at all because he's Krishna conscious, pure devotee. He was speaking Bhagavatam, he's translating Bhagavatam at the end of his life. He was speaking Hari Katha in the last days of his life. So at that time, in those last days, the devotee said, Prabhupada, your disappearance, Leela, is really causing us a lot of pain. We want you to stay. So can you stay? So Prabhupada said, you want me to stay? And he said, yes, okay, I'll stay. So that was like, he stayed another 3 months or something like that. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai! Jai! Jai!
You have a question? Okay, what time is it? I think we're out of time.
5:54 minutes.
5:54.
So, thank you.
There are 3 quick questions.
Okay, one last question. Is it a good one or not? Well,
Is about this worship of Jagannath, Baladeva, Subhadra. Because worship Jagannath, I can think he is Krishna. Worship Balaram, I can think that his expansion is Vrindavan and the paraphernalia in the Kunja. But with Subhadra, what to meditate? Because I never feel any relationship like with Subhadra, and I don't know what to do. From the very beginning of my spiritual life, I never feel anything. And
well, one lady is worshiping Jagannath Balaram and Subhadra, but she doesn't feel much affinity for Subhadra, but she's interested in following Raganuga Bhakti and worshiping Radharani. And she's not initiated. She doesn't have a guru. She's not initiated. So the best advice for someone like that would tell them to give away the Jagannath Balaram and Subhadra to somebody else, and just wait till your guru decides who you should worship. You're doing puja, well, you can't do puja without Gopal mantra. You can't get Gopal mantra without diksha. Shastra says you can't do puja without diksha. So if you have a picture, you offer your food to a picture of Krishna, that's very good. But puja can't be done without Gopal mantra. You can't make offerings without Gopal mantra.
And so what to do with all my murtis? Because I have a murti of Radha Sundara and murti of Goranitai.
So you want to do it on murtis. Best you get initiated, and then you start puja. Without diksha, you can't do puja without blessings of Guru. It's impossible. Krishna doesn't accept puja without blessings of Guru. So I told everybody to get a picture. Prabhupada, at the beginning of the movement, had pictures of Panchatattva. All the temples had paintings of Panchatattva, that's it. 66, all the beginning time, there was no deities till 68. For 2 years, there's no murtis, they're just pictures of Panchatattva.
Yes. Because what I do is like...
Everybody's just monkey see, monkey do. Everybody has deities, I got a deity. Because when you do puja first, before you do puja, you have to worship the Guru. Because you do puja without worshiping Guru first, the puja is nishval. It's bekar, useless. Puja goes through the Guru, for permission of Guru.
So I put them to...
You read the puja manual, ISKCON has a puja manual, Panchapradeep, Pancharashika Panchapradeep or something. And it says first puja is to Guru. You meditate, you worship Guru, you meditate Guru, pray for Guru's blessing, then you do puja your Thakurji. So you don't have a Guru, so how you do a puja? And then when you make offerings, you have to chant bija mantras. You have to chant bija mantras and Gopal Gayatri. Gopal mantra. You don't have bija mantras, you don't have a Gopal mantra, you get those from Guru. So what kind of puja? So that's why Prabhupada said, start with a painting. Get a painting of Panchatattva, get a painting of Radha Sundar.
Yes, because what I do is like offering incense and flower. And
Just get a picture.
Picture, okay.
Give away your deities to somebody nice. Get a picture of your favorite deities and carry on.
And I put in my murti to like to sleep.
I'm not putting to sleep, give it to somebody. He wants to play, he doesn't want to sleep.
Give to somebody.
Okay, you put him in sleep. Krishna doesn't sleep. That's a fact. She said, I won't worship my deities, I put them to sleep, because that's a common term in some places. But Krishna never sleeps. It's called Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra means, yoga means he enjoys in his sleep. Krishna is Yoga Nidra. So Krishna, you store them. You store the deities till you get diksha. Bhakti has to be done properly according to Shastra, otherwise you don't get a proper result. The time?
6 o'clock.
Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Sunday Satsang ki jai, Vaishnava Sadhu Sangha ki jai.